We have got the backside of Harrods, but then where the rich people get their food, Mr. Chow. Oh wow, these are so nice. I can't even get it all in frame. The question is there more to Knightsbridge than Harrods? A question that probably no one has asked, but I'm going to answer it today. We're going to do a little bit of a walking tour. We're back. Got my jacket on because it's probably going to rain, standard. It's still summer, guys. It's still summer 2023. I'm clinging onto it. But yes, I'm going to show you all of the area of the stunning, affluent, very fancy schmancy Knightsbridge. And already we get hit with some amazing architecture. Look at the contrast of that one. That is quite something. It's a hotel in the corner. Look at that combo. But I'm going to throw up a map now so you know where I am in London. And we are across a few different boroughs, actually. It's the Kensington and Chelsea borough, but also Westminster, a little bit of a combo. But the Knightsbridge area isn't actually that big. So hopefully I can show you some of the main roads, some of the side streets, maybe some little news houses, coffee places, restaurants. Oh, sunglasses are coming on. And yeah, take you along with me for a little bit. And this is a very good place to come and cycle, but look at that. You've got the back of the Mandarin Oriental Hotel, that red brick though on there, looking very nice. We'll go and see it in a second. And next to it is a modern development, which kind of was groundbreaking at the times, One Hyde Park. And it's famous because it actually sold, at the time, the most expensive flat in the UK. It was £100 million. So guys, yes, this is a very fancy place. And it's also a very good place if you want to get robbed. You may have seen on the news, this is a smash and grab area if you want to get robbed. I have nothing expensive on me. I don't really own anything expensive. Do I care? No. So be careful if you're coming here with some expensive jewels. And probably the tallest building in the area, you've got the Hyde Park Barracks in the background there, part of the British Army. Oh, a reason I love this area is the architecture. So from the late 1700s onwards, again, like most areas in London, this got a full redevelopment. And a big part of the development was, I was reading up, the pavement, the Knightsbridge Paving Act, which in 1700 was a reason for all of the pavements, look at that, the Berkeley Hotel looking very lovely, were all transformed so that ladies didn't injure themselves. So maybe we should thank the Knightsbridge Paving Act for the sidewalks that we have in London. So yes, this area, like a lot of areas, were a little bit swampy. So it got drained and cleaned up. And yeah, lots of beautiful buildings were built in the late 1700s into 1800s. You can tell that from all the gorgeous architecture around here. And me mentioning the Berkeley Hotel, which does the pret-a-porter, which I think I might go to soon, which is the fashion afternoon tea. But they also have this bakery, which is very popular. Cedric Grolet, I think I'm pronouncing that, but I've seen this on TikTok. Am I allowed in? I have to quickly show you these croissants. Look at this. There is also a cookie that is £25, but you can sit in or you can sit outside. So here's a snapshot of the menu. I know you guys want to see the prices. It is premium. So yes, Cedric, the lovely guy here was just telling me about it, and they even have a full menu on the iPad, but he was saying 12 o'clock is when they get like a big batch of all of the goods. But if you wanna just grab a coffee, I'm sure it's amazing. Obviously, this is a Knightsbridge price, guys. Lots of teas and such, and actually got a little chocolate croissant in there, which apparently is a favorite. And you know it's nice when you get like a branded serviette. And we have got a little container here, you can see, of all the different, I hope that the lighting's probably gone out, but funny though, look at that tart, it's massive, and that's what I've got. Wow, this is super nice. Yeah, there's the £25 cookie. Oh my gosh, it gives Gideons a run for their money, and they're literally like baking it all in the background there. So if you want to sit at the bar or in the main part of the restaurant, this is the most popular one, coconut. Oh my gosh.
Then we have the two flowers. We have the peach flower.
Pretty.
It's actually the first vegan item we've actually introduced, or Cedric himself has introduced.
And croissant in pockets. We are at, I don't know how you pronounce this, is it Nusret? I don't know. You know Salt Bay, the guy who chucks salt down his arm. This is his London restaurant, and it actually is rated one of the worst restaurants in the whole of the UK, and definitely in London. Oh gosh, there are lots of fast cars around here. I'll show you in a minute. But yes, they now have a set menu that's £39, so maybe I should give it a go, because I certainly won't pay £1,000 for a steak. But anyway, oh look at the sky, I've got my brolly in my bag. This area has got so many good choices for decent restaurants. I think that's probably why it doesn't rate too high. Which brings us to Harvey Nicks. So I'm going to jump back. So think 1800s. There actually was a new law where the UK could trade with Japan, like back in the day. And there was a huge exhibition that all the locals and all of London absolutely adored around Japan. And it kind of of inspired this area, this affluent area, to buy products from overseas. And it's not directly linked with Harvey Nichols, but basically this became a bit of a shopping area and Harvey Nicks opened. Can you think how old this is? Can you guess? I'm going to tell you in a second. 1831. This is an old department store. And yes, it is a really, really cool store to have a browse. I have done a whole vlog on this. I get requested this quite a lot, but I don't think people realize I've got a video. And they have an amazing, amazing restaurant. It's got like a little roof terrace and it's very reasonable. They do like a set lunch. I think it was like 29 quid or something, way cheaper than that Salt Bay place. I think you got a little Prosecco with it as well. So I will link that one in the description. So go and check that out after. Because we all love a shopping vlog, and look at that building. That is the Mandarin Oriental here in Knightsbridge. Oh, they also have an afternoon tea, and I think they have a Heston restaurant as well. Let me know if you've ever been. Maybe you've stayed there. And then this is the famous One Hyde Park, which is a full residential building. And then they've got fancy shops at the bottom. There's a Rolex store. I think there's a car store down there. I think, is it McLaren? Can't remember. But it was very controversial at the time, if I can get it in shot. So yeah, this was built in like the early 2000s. And Prince Charles, obviously now King Charles, was not very happy with it because he thought it was too modern. It didn't fit with the Knightsbridge area, and a lot of people, it was a bit of an uproar. Also how premium and expensive it was. To my earlier point, 100 million, that's a lot of money for a penthouse, and it was part of the Candy and Candy development. I personally like it, but I'm a modern architecture person. That would be an amazing place to live, but if there's any for sale, I will whack them on the screen now. But yeah, very expensive. But look at these buildings. I love it so much. So yes, the late 1800s, I should say, is when things started to really, really develop, like a lot of the areas in the city. And on this side road, I wanted to highlight, look at all the different buildings. The red brick is very, very prominent in this area. And you can see these tiles, which is actually the back of the station, that kind of style. Reminds me quite a lot of Covent Garden, actually. But yes, there's a very, very dense population in this area. They say around 10,000 people. And down all of the side streets as well, you get a lot of restaurants that the locals will know, but Sale e Pepe, I think I'm pronouncing it right, it's somewhere that I went. I've been there quite a few times. I mean, that building isn't very kind of typical to this area, but let me show you the menu. It's an amazing restaurant. I promise I won't show too many menus, but I remember this place being fantastic. I haven't been here in a couple of years. I think I've been here about 4 or 5 times, but little selection of the pasta there. It's quite a big menu. It's definitely very like traditional. Obviously you can sit outside, but yeah, add that to your list. There are restaurants as well in this area that I will tell you are not so great as we walk around. And we are on Sloane Street. So this goes from the North Knightsbridge all the way down to Sloane Square. Knightsbridge is to the left, and also Belgravia. Very, very popular shopping street. And I'm going to say, if you want a video on Belgravia, I have done a whole video on that as well. So remember, I'm working my way around either the boroughs or the areas, and then I will eventually get to East London, eventually. But there's a lot of construction again going on. They're actually widening the pathway as I scoot round very quickly. Gina, oh, sparkly shoes, but yes, there's usually sports cars zooming up and down here, but sadly none today. If you are a sports car enthusiast, you will know Sloane Street. It's basically the only like straight big bit of road in central London where you can get up some speed, shall we say. And you do see on TikTok quite a few expensive crashes. We're talking like really, really rare cars. And actually, to add to that, there's a lot of people who live in the area but also come over, maybe it's their second, third, fourth home from the Middle East, and they bring their cars with them, which is super fancy. Gosh, some of these stores are absolutely massive, the size of that Gucci store, but yes, they whiz up and down here all through the night. They ship their cars over for the summer, and then it quietens down, I believe, by the end of September into October. And then you do have a little pub, the Gloucester, in the middle of that. But yes, if you want to have a look at nice cars and nice clothes and handbags, this is the place for you. Hence why, like I said, quite a few people do get mugged here, and I don't know, maybe you're driving through here. I've seen quite a lot of videos where people have had expensive watches in their hands, you know, just been leaning out the car door or whatever, sat in traffic, but there's a lot of mopeds that go round and basically rob you. So a bit of a downer, but hey, that's what it's like living in a city. Yeah, sadly there are no fancy cars to show you. Instead there's a Prius, no doubt an Uber coming along the road. But if you're in the area and you like cars, do check it out. I am tempted to go into these stores. These are the same brands that you're probably going to get in, especially in Harrods and Harvey Nichols. So whether you're a department store person or you like to go to the individual stores, what we've got, Giorgio Armani, oh, Armani Home, yes please. Good old Todd's on the corner there. Oh, I love the building, oh, bit of a vacancy. Didn't that used to be the Dior store? Anyway, moving on, we're going to Hans Crescent, which is a very famous one because it loops around to Harrods. And all of this area is known for the architecture. Look at this kind of, it's classed partly as mock Tudor, but it is from the late 1800s. Super cool looking, right? There's also quite a lot of embassies. This is the Embassy of Ecuador. Do you remember that Julian guy that was always hanging out the window? He was hiding out there for a number of years. I think he eventually was allowed in. Anyway, let's not go into politics. We have got the backside of Harrods. Always a busy, busy corner. I am not going to go in Harrods, don't you worry. I've vlogged it many, many times. Not until autumn. Maybe I'll wait till Christmas. I know the Christmas store is open. I know some people have vlogged it. Feels a bit early. I'm not ready for that. I got a lot of stick for saying I didn't like this grey in another video. What do you think? And we're just walking past Harry's. I did go here with my sister. I vlogged it. It was okay. I personally wouldn't go there again. I feel like I've ticked it off. I guess it's a place to be seen. Yeah, it's got like a fun vibe to it, but I think it's more of a hype, to be honest, to be seen there. But yes, we are around the other side. I have already vlogged the Prada Cafe. Oh, look at that Lamborghini. Fancy schmancy. But yes, I definitely think the Prada Cafe was better. Different restaurant, I would say. But look at all that beautiful red brick. Oh, I love it. It's so pretty. I think they're slowly redoing the brickwork, right? That looks like it. I would say so. Also, there is a like a roof bar-y thing. I'm gonna zoom in that corner up there. Good place to get a drink and a nice little view. But this brings us onto Walton Place. Oh, look at this, it's so pretty. This is so cliche London for this area. It's absolutely stunning. It's pretty busy through road, to be fair, and even a gorgeous looking church at the end of the road. Oh, I have to show you this Pont Street Mews. You know it's fancy when there's a traffic like bollard, so you can't get in. No trespassing, totally understandable. I dread to think how much it costs to live in there. Again, if there's anything for sale, I'll let you know, but ooh, very nice. Even that little cottage, oh my days, I love it. So much. Right, okay, let's head on round to one of the other famous crescent. Oh, not crescent, a place. We are on Hans Place, which is kind of the biggest grass area in the whole of Knightsbridge, and it has this private garden in the middle. Yes, you need a key, so don't come and plan a picnic, but these huge buildings, quite a lot of them are full houses. I always think that front there is amazing at the side of Harrods. But as I pan round, we do have quite a lot of restaurants with outside seating, kind of people watching, and some bars as well. It's very a Knightsbridge thing. We love al fresco dining, even if it's raining. As long as there's a bit of a roof over us, we'll be all right. At the time of filming this, yes, Harrods has got a lot of scrim, a lot of hoarding up along the main Brompton road, which it looks okay. It's interesting though, something I've really noticed. I'll look at Ryan Gosling with this Gucci advert. Previously, I think in London, I'm pretty sure you weren't allowed to have like branded adverts on scrim. I've never really noticed it, unless it's like a new Knightsbridge thing. There's a lot of it around here, so it looks okay. I can't even get it all in frame. Hey girl. And with all the beeping and bun fights going on, I've seen quite a lot of road rage today, actually. Yes, so we're going to leave Harrods, because I don't need to show you it. Again, I will vlog it at some point. But I do have to call out, quite a lot of stores are still vacant since the pandemic. And I get asked this quite often. I would say all areas of London, obviously everyone got impacted, but yeah, a lot of physical stores, even the fancier stores. I mean, to be fair, I think that was a Topshop. They haven't all been filled back up again, so we'll see what happens, but everyone's shopping online. Thought I'd show you a little bit of the beaten track. So, you know, if you're ever going to go to Harrods, you're probably not going to explore these side roads, but we're just on, what is this, Trevor Square. And I just love this kind of late 1800s, all these cute little roads with the park, also obviously a bit of a through road as well, and all the old lampposts as well. Again, I dread to think. I was looking up online though, these houses are usually around the 12 to 20 million. Ooh. And this is actually very similar, I would say, to I'd say Islington and the kind of King's Cross area, actually. So if you like this look and feel, you could probably save a few quid and go up those ways. That neck of the woods, you know what I mean? But yes, I do like to kind of see, it's very Harry Potter-ish, isn't it? Oh, and Marylebone as well. Look at this car. I guess that's not the fancy supercar I was hoping to show you. I can film this, the Knightsbridge Apartments. It is a residential building, it's super modern, but honestly, it looks like a 5-star hotel. It's absolutely mental. I can't see if there's any for sale. There's like a water feature at the front, or I can't quite show you. Oh my gosh, but super noisy road. I mean, I'm sure they've got really good double glazing, triple glazing, but yeah, you still get the vibrations for the road, would you not? Anyway, that's a bit random, but yeah, you've got all these kind of little side streets now where you've got, I'd say local stores, I guess there is. There's a vape store there, you know, and a European fusion restaurant, but then where the rich people get their food, Mr. Chow, very, very expensive, very premium, and then a normal pub next to it, which is more my level. I do like the gold. Let me just quickly show you, or brass I should say. A prix-fixe menu is always a very good deal, so you get a 2-course dinner for £95. Oh my gosh. So it is very, very expensive. I think there's one in California. Has anyone ever been? It's not really my thing, to be honest. I'm just not like a high-end restaurant person, and that's okay. Maybe you are, but yeah. Let me know, is Mr. Chow's really worth the money? I'll show you Mari Vanna. It's like an old-fashioned Russian restaurant. I think I probably would be more inclined to try something like this. There is, oh, can you see that? It's in Russian, and it's also in English. A little bit more reasonable price point-wise, but I've heard nothing but good things about this place. Looks very, very old school. If I can get any pictures, I'll throw them up now. Also, I've heard amazing things about the, I want to say Bulgari spa. It's a hotel, wonderful hotel, but you can be a day guest and go to the spa. This building is such a contrast. Yes, the household cavalry. We're getting a little bit nearer to the big tower, so let's head on into the real residential areas. I want to show you a couple of the cute streets. Oh God, that building's awful, isn't it? And show you some of the mews houses. Oh, a welcome rest break from the noise of the road. So yes, we are on Montpellier, I think that's pronounced it square. And again, a private square in the middle for the residents. And all of these wonderful terrace houses. You don't see that too often with the light above that. I really like that. But yeah, really nice little street. Would you live in an area like this? But on a more positive note, and while it's nice and quiet, oh, it was just raining a few minutes ago, so we have a break from the bad weather. Why is it called Knightsbridge? Again, this might help you in a pub quiz, although the answer seems to be a little bit unclear, but most people say that it's the ancient name where there is the river. There's a river that runs under Knightsbridge. Like most places in London, there's some kind of river that has been covered over, the Westbourne, and there was a bridge, and lots of knights went across it, and it was a big meeting place, and apparently the name Knightsbridge came about. But again, it's debatable whether that is true. However they came with the real name, it's a nice little area. I've been looking out for the blue plaques. There haven't really been many, actually. Who have we got here? Bruce Barnes' father, a cartoonist. I have been keeping an eye out, but yeah, I haven't really seen many blue plaques. Oh, it's really nice and peaceful around here. This would be so nice if the sun was shining, even nicer. You could definitely get lost in all of these side streets. Let's go on down here. This reminds me a bit of Hampstead. Let's go through this little hole in the wall. What's going on down here? Oh yeah, very sweet little walkway. It's a funny looking building, and up Rutland Gate. Oh wow, look at those beautiful buildings up there. Also, look at this window detail. Look at these little people above, these heads above each of the windows. Oh, it's called the Clock House, that building. How quirky, I love the windows. Oh wow, these are so nice. These remind me of, Paddington's got quite a lot of homes like this. The cream stucco fronted. What's this square called? Don't even look it up, Hannah, you can't afford it square. Again, private garden in the middle. Very medieval vibe, some of this, but we've got Rutland Mews, South. I'll just show you a couple of little streets because I don't know if I'm really allowed to go down them. I think I am. This one doesn't say private. But look at this, you guys. Could you imagine? How sweet would this be to live? No, you don't get a garden. I think a lot of them, yeah, they've got a little bit of a terrace. Oh, how cool. Light appreciation I get there. Oh, wow, look at that with the little gates. I don't know if you're ready for this one. Wait for it. Oh my gosh. The sun's come out. Oh wow, what a nice little road. Up there you have got Hyde Park, which will be my journey home soon, but again, another beautiful stucco fronted building road. I swear all Land Rovers have some kind of branding on them, but look at this archway. Let's head through here. And another beautiful cobbled street. You can imagine lots of people doing photo shoots along here. I never knew this was even here. Oh my gosh, finally. Is this a public garden? That is very rare in this neck of the woods. I love this street so much. I think I prefer the blue one. And as I walk around, I try not to trip up on all these cobbles. If you're enjoying this video, give it a thumbs up. I really, really appreciate it. Oh, these ones look rife for development, don't they? What colour would you paint your house? I think I'd pick a pastel colour. Ah, see here, you've kind of got 3 rows of Muse houses. We are really, really near to the Science and History Museum. Let's quickly go down Prince Gate Mews. The Prince's Gate Mews. I'm not pronouncing that right, am I? Oh, whoa, look at that. Loads of cute little houses. But would you want to live this central for the price? I don't know, I wouldn't say no to it, but I think I'd rather live a little further out. People always ask if I could live anywhere in London. I think it still would be Hampstead. And that pretty much concludes what I think is the main points to show you of Knightsbridge, because we are by the Science Museum. Yes, this is the exhibition road. You've got Imperial College up there. Nice ice cream van, which is very, very tempting because it's got a little bit warm actually. And all of the museums, yes, you have got the Science Museum and then the V&A on the left, which maybe I'll show you at some point. Museums are particularly difficult to vlog in and I don't want to bother anyone, but yes, I think it's time for me to finish this video. But anyway, I will see you next Friday at 6 p.m. Have a good one, guys. Make sure you're subscribed for more. I'm going to do a few more tours over the next few weeks and then we will start to do some autumnal, Halloweeny, fall, I know that's American. See what London's like when all the leaves change. But anyway, have a good weekend or week. Bye, guys.